Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this lovely Thursday night. Week number 2 in the spring season for the Button Box Shop Super Series. Taking on USA International Speedway here tonight for 125 laps. It's the Car Show 125. We'll have Bill Martin in just a moment to talk a little bit about what the Car Show is. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to the playing of the national anthem, so we will be right back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Thursday night. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and tonight the Button Box Shop Super Series enters in week number 2 of their spring 2017 season. Tonight it is the Car Show 125 here at USA International Speedway. They'll take on this track for 125 laps. Coming out of week number 1, Christian Challoner was the dominant car at Richmond. We'll have to see if he can follow up that momentum here at USA. Definitely going to be a good night of racing. A lot of drivers known to be good at this track. Joining me now, Bill Martin, one of the drivers who loves to race on this track. And Bill, how you feeling about tonight?
I haven't raced in 3 months. So if I can keep the car in between the walls, I'm doing great.
Well, Bill Martin joins me now talking about the Car Show, and it's not a play. It is a good play on words. It's not in their duplicate on accident. It actually is there on purpose because it is a show about car shows. Tell us a little bit about it, Bill. And I think we may have lost.
One second.
There we go. Got to get his preparation underlined here.
My microphone was not in a very, very good place. Anyways, car show. So we go around to car shows. We interview people about their rides and find out why it is they built the cars they did, what draws them to the cars that they like, and make videos of it on YouTube. We just filmed a couple of weeks ago our first car show of the year because we live in Wisconsin, so we can only do it when it's not wintertime, unless we go to like indoor car shows, but those are boring because those are just, cars, trailer cars. Trailer cars are boring. But yeah, some new episodes will be coming out on YouTube very soon.
Now, I had a chance today when I was grabbing dinner. I stopped by one of my local little pizza places, and they got authentic style Chicago food there. But one of the neat things is every Thursday night they have like a little mini car show where a lot of neighborhood guys will come and bring their classic cars, and got to see stuff clear out of the 30s, the 40s, all the way up into the 60s and 70s muscle cars. And I got to tell you what, I'm a big fan of the Chevelle. If you had to place in it, what kind of range of cars do you like looking at?
I like just about anything that I can see from about the 80s and prior. Not a lot of 80s cars. A lot of 80s cars are butt ugly. But anything before that has sort of a sense of class to it. There's a lot less regulation back in the day, so the cars, they could focus on making the car look good. They weren't worried about aerodynamics entirely yet. So, there's something unique about any car from any year, any decade. And I guess I particularly like AMC's, which kind of puts it in the 60s to 80s range. But honestly, I like everything that I see.
It's definitely great to get out there and see and look at those old American muscle engines, under these cars. It's always neat. So, folks, if you have a chance, check out Bill Martin's Car Show. And if they need to get a hold of you, where can they find you, Bill?
What is the website? It's youtube.com/ I believe it's the whole word, The Car Show.
All right. Well, thank you much. We'll probably bring you in after the show, talk a little bit more about it, catch some of the late viewers. But, Bill, thanks again, and good luck tonight here at USA.
Thanks a lot. And if I figure out that address is wrong, we'll correct it at the end of the show.
All right. There you go. Well, there you have it, folks. Bill Martin with the Car Show here tonight, sponsoring the Car Show USA 125 here at USA International Speedway. And talking a little bit about it, let's take a look at the race information tonight here. It's a 6/10 of a mile track towards the 3/4 mile track. 84 degrees in the air, 61% humidity, mostly cloudy with a matching 84 degrees down there on the track temperature. Warm night down here in Lakeland, Florida, folks, and it's going to be a good race. Don't expect to see too much side-by-side, but we'll have to see what happens when these boys warm up that track even further once they lay some rubber down. Other sponsors here tonight, we're going to give a shout-out to the Button Box Shop, the series sponsor, Charlie Kuzma. Check him out on Facebook at the Button Box Shop. If you're out there in the simulation world and you're putting together different, whether it's flight sims, racing sims, he can make custom button boxes, make your life a little bit easier. Also, HydesPride.com, quality sheepskin and leather products. Dean Satellite and Security, tonight's sponsor, the Car Show, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, one of the longer sponsors for the Semi-Auto Racing Association. Lions Club International celebrating 100 years this year. Tundra Super Late Models. It's a Wisconsin league up there. And also JVM Racing out of Columbus, Ohio, or the Midwest region there as well. Those are your sponsors for the Semi-Auto Racing Association's races here on Thursday nights. Got about a couple minutes left here in warm-up, folks. But talking about it, in week number 2, if you tuned in last week for Richmond, it was a dominant night for Christian Challoner. Christian Challoner came out of that one, led majority of the race, turned it up at the end, almost a 2-second lead. And tonight at USA, we'll see if he's got what it takes to follow that up. There was a 7-car invert tonight. We had a total of 44 cars, folks, that tried to qualify for the field to see if they could make it, and only about 30 to 31 was able to get in. Some of the guys who've been in the league a little bit longer get provisionals to be able to use. They only get a couple provisionals a season. So if they're not able, they're having a bad night of qualifying, they still can make it into the feature event. And I tell you what, it is very competitive to get into these SARA feature events. Giving you a quick top 5 rundown in the series points. Challoner up front. Krikorian comes in second. Tim Bills third. Ty Spearman is tied with Tim Bills for third. Back in fifth, Christian Peterson and Joe Schaefer Jr. tied for fifth position. So that is what it looks like in the top 5. A lot of drivers, and it's already competitive. We've seen it come down to the championship race, just a matter of 2 points last season. And Matt Rolfe took over that championship for the fall Button Box Shop Series coming out of 2016 into the 2017 year. So just about 30 seconds remaining. We'll head on over and get your starting lineup for tonight. Again, it was a 7-car invert, and I believe Christian Challoner may be on the pole here tonight, or he may have won the pole award in this, maybe starting 7th with the 7-car invert. Didn't get a clarification on that. But we'll see here in just about 15 seconds when we go to your starting lineup. Again, folks, appreciate your viewership, whether you're getting us out there on YouTube, Twitch TV, or even Facebook Live. Always appreciative of your viewership here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Going to try to have some more dirt coverage for you. You have to stay tuned and keep an eye out there. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, whichever mode you're on. That way you'll stay on the know as to when we go live. Looks like we are ready to go down to the grid, folks. Let's go down and get your starting lineup for this Thursday night here at the Car Show 125 at USA International Speedway. So here is what it looks like. Challoner did have the fast time tonight, but he's going to be starting back in 7th with the 7-car invert, so Trevor Edwards will take the pole position at the start of the race. David Krikorian to the outside of that front row. Inside of row number 2, the 89 of Jeremy Adams will have the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. to the outside. Inside of row number 3, rounding out the top 5, the 82 of Adam Benefil will have the number 37 of Tim Bills to the outside. Inside of row number 4, your series points leader coming into tonight, and pole winner as well here tonight, the number 79 of Christian Challoner will have the 39 of Bill Martin, i.e. the sponsor of tonight's The Car Show 125. Samuel Roush, Matt Rolfe back there in row number 5 and rounding out the top 10. Looking on back, we got Max Hanley, Matt Cucker, Ty Spearman, Christian Peterson, Derek Holzhausen, Tyler Price, Brandon Johnson, Chris Suggs, Travis Warling, Kyle Souza, Seth the Merchant, Dallas Pataska, I believe is how it's pronounced, Jason Miller, Daryl Hamlin, Sean Disbro, Ben Nile, Derek Robinson, Paul Fugit, Mark Royer, Ian Lane through 30, and Russell Berry, the 31st car shotgun on the field here tonight. And we are in luck tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we have Ryan Eckstein cams on hand for us tonight, getting us down and intimate with these super late models. We're about ready to go, folks. As the pace car's lights come off. 1 lap to go. The next time by, we will be green. Trevor Edwards will take us to the initial green flag. Krikorian to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Button Box Shop Super Series, the Sim-Auto Racing Association, and the Car Show here tonight, I am Dustin Caldwell. We're ready to go racing here at USA International Speedway for 125 laps. Pace car will see pit road this time by. He's in the pits. Here we go. Off of turn 4. Here they come. Green flag flies. We're off to the race. Off of the fourth turn in the first lap is now complete. Into lap number 2 they go. There is your race leader, folks. Trevor Edwards is out in front of David Krikorian, who is trailing him in the backstretch by about 0.3 of a second into the third turn. Schaefer Jr. about double that time off your race leader coming into turn number 4 here on lap 2. And the front four pretty much single file as they head down into that first turn. I'm going to get you up a little bit in a center field cam action there as you can take a look out over it. There is a look at the top 5. Warm temperatures tonight preventing a little side-by-side action. Everybody's pretty much single file. Well into lap 4, and as we take a look back, Matt Rolfe back in 11th position, last year's champion. Now having a good side-by-side battle with the 92 of Ty Spearman as they come through turn 4 here on lap number 4. The number 18 of Tyler Price also in that mix, and Spearman get a little loose there. Got a little bumper tag, I think, there from Tyler Price. Price looking to the inside, a little bit of action of these drivers. 35 of DeMerchant, and another bumper tag from Price to Spearman. And that will draw out the first caution flag here tonight. Wow, did we get to see that one live? Well, we'll take you back in case you missed it, folks. So we'll bring you up into turn 1. There's the bumper hook that we told you about in the first turn that got Spearman down on the apron a little bit loose. He's going to get tagged once again in the back stretch. Into that third turn, he's going to come underneath him, and there's the bumper hook that finishes him off right in there in turns 3 and 4. And a good job of the other drivers to slow up and prevent any further damage. And I tell you what, Ty Spearman not too happy with Tyler Price right now. So Trevor Edwards ahead of the field here into lap number 7 towards lap number 8. Here's a look at your top 5. It's Edwards, Krikorian, Schaefer Jr., Adams, and Benefiel. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Benefiel. Race summary so far, 6 laps complete now, 7 this time by. No lead changes so far tonight, 1 total caution. We'll take you on down trackside with those X9 cameras here tonight, get you down on the track. Always a pleasure when we can have X9 cameras on hand, folks. So Christian Challoner just giving you an update here from last week's winner with 79 is now up into 6th position. You can see him coming through turn number 2 right now, the purple 79 car. Started 7th here tonight. Talked about it last week. A lot of the guys who didn't perform as expected set their cars up for long green run sets. There's a little more cautions they would like last week, about 6 cautions last week at Richmond. So we'll have to see if they've kind of changed their mentality this week, going for more of short run sets, or if they continued the long run strategy. Into lap number 10, the lights come off the Mustang iRacing pace car. We'll be back green on lap number 11. Trevor Edwards will take us back to the green. Here we go, out of turn number 2 through the backstretch. Krikorian will be to the outside. Schaefer Jr. and Adams back there in the, well, We'll round out the front four in that second row. Here we go. Pace car into turn number 3. Dive in the pits, and it's all Edwards taking us back to the green. Here we go. Pace cars into the pits. Edwards gets on the throttle. Into the front stretch. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. Everybody fighting for position. Little center field cam action for you coming through the front stretch. Nice battles back here between the 82. That is Adam Benefiel trying to hold off that 89 of Jeremy Adams. Challenger now to the outside of Bill Martin, who's going to pick up another slot. Challenger trying to get into the top 5. Matt Rolfe having a little side-by-side bump there. The 49 of Handley. Caution flag's going to come out. And we got a big pileup right here in the front stretch. Darrell Hamlin looks to be involved as well as Mark Royer, and I think Mark Royer got the brunt of it. Take a look at the damage on the 36 machine. Let's run back to replay and get that for you. Following Hamlin just ahead. Royer's behind Hamlin, so he's going to come into it. And this one's going to start right here, right with the 19 of Samuel Roush. And the Dodge got involved, I believe, with the 09 there of Sean Disbrow. Tyler Price also having some damage as well, heavy damage. Let's run back one more time for you, and we'll follow Tyler Price. So Price right there behind the 19 of Roush. And another bumper hook. That's what it was. Oh, and a big head-on collision right there on the infield. So Tyler Price being the cause of the first 2 cautions here at USA this Thursday night. And with that heavy damage, I don't think he's going to have enough to recover from that one. That may end his night right there. Just heavy smoke coming out of the back of the 18 car. And he's going to come down pit road. And we're not seeing the 18 come back off, so I believe that may be it for Tyler Price here tonight. And again, while under yellow, let's give a shout out to tonight's sponsors, the Button Box Shop, your series sponsor, HeightsPride.com, Dean Satellite and Security, the Car Show, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, Lions International 100 years celebrating this year, Tundra Super Late Models, and JBM Racing, your sponsors this Thursday night. So the first 16 laps coming easy here to the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Held on to about a 3/10 of a second lead, but the story now is the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. up into second around the 66 of David Krikorian. Adam Benefiel now up into fourth. Jeremy Adams now into the top 5. Challenger just outside of the top 5 in 6th position. We'll see what happens here as now the lights come off the Mustang iRacing pace car into lap 18. Edwards once again will have the pace coming back to the green flag. Pace car taking him into turn 3. Watch for the early restart here for Trevor Edwards. Pace car dives off into pit road. Here we go. Edwards on the throttle and out of 4. Green flag flies. We're back at the race. Here they come off of turn 4 into lap 20. Krikorian able to get back into second. And now Schaefer Jr. falling back to 4th behind the 82 of Benefiel. Challoner back there inside of Schaefer Jr. Warmer temperatures favoring the bottom line here tonight. As we continue to follow him, Challoner now into 4th. Trying to climb his way. Again, he was the fast car qualifying. Scored the pole award. 7-car inverse, started 7th. Back there in 4th behind Benefiel. Can he get up there around him? Looking to the outside, nothing doing there. Back following Matt Rolfe, who was in 11th just a few laps ago, is now up into the 7th position slot, right in front of the 37 of Tim Bills. Seth the Merchant and Max Handley going at it a little bit. Handley was to the outside. He's able to get down into the lower groove right there in front of the 03 of Brandon Johnson. Back up front, here they come into lap 24. Trevor Edwards carrying that 0.3 of a second lead over David Krikorian. Challoner trying to get around that 82 car, the Adam Benefiel machine, just ahead. Here comes Schaefer Jr. making some headway towards the 79. How about that? Adam Benefiel in the age-old Pontiac holding on to 3rd position there. That is amazing. Scrubbed that one out of the barn and got it ready to go. He's got the Chevrolets in front and behind. Challoner not able to do anything there. Looking back at the 49 of Max Handley. Back in 11th, just outside the top 10. Seth the Merchant right in front of him. Ty Spearman, who got involved in that first caution, running about 13th position now. Here into lap 27. Spearman looking to the inside of Handley. A little side-by-side action as they go through the backstretch into the 3rd turn. And Handley able to hold on to his 11th position slot. Spearman actually back there behind Johnson. The 03 is Brandon Johnson. Krikorian has picked up about 4/100ths of a second. Now about a 1/4 second behind the 32 of Trevor Edwards as we follow the Exalta 66. The 82 of Adam Benefiel still holding on to 3rd. Challoner nowhere to go. We'll have to see if the long run setups tonight outweigh the short runs, as it now looks like the 82 of Benefiel right to the bumper of David Krikorian. Had some momentum. When you get into slots like this, folks, one of the trickier points about being able to pass somebody in a scenario like this is beating them into the corner. You got to get underneath them, force them up the track, and get at least about door levels where the tracks like to see. So if you're going to make a run to that bottom groove before the guy ahead of you, you got to be at door level by the time you get into the turn. Because if you're not, right here's a good example. Right there, the 82 of Benefiel. And now Challoner's going to go with him. That is going to cost Krikorian 2 spots as he's going to be forced to the outside groove, as you're seeing right here. Just as the caution flag comes out and saves it. And I think Krikorian's going to be now in 3rd, and Challoner will hold back in 4th. So the caution flag comes out, and I believe Johnson was involved in this one. Brandon Johnson, let's go back and take a look. Ty Spearman back behind Johnson. Oh, he's going to bumper hook him down into the track. Spearman just drives right through that Dale Earnhardt Sr. throwback Wrangler Goodwrench car. That is going to force the 0-3 back to 23rd position. And it looks like Paul Fugit's going to get a wave around here, the 44 machine. It's going to get a lap back. So here's a look at the top 5 here on lap 35. Trevor Edwards still atop of the field, but right behind him, the battle's on tonight. Adam Benefield now in 2nd position, and as we were talking, David Krikorian was to the outside, but his nose was in front of the 79 of Challoner, so by rule, when the caution flag comes out, the field is frozen. Krikorian was ahead of Challoner, although Challoner was making progress on the inside lap. Challoner will be 4th. And Schaefer Jr. will round out your top 5. Here's a look at your race summary. 34, now 35 laps complete. No lead changes, 3 total cautions here. And again, folks, appreciate you tuning in this Thursday night here on the Digital Forge Broadcast Network, whether you get us through YouTube, Facebook Live, or even Twitch. We appreciate you tuning in to watch. Lights off the pace car into lap 37. Trevor Edwards will once again bring us back to green for the 3rd time tonight. Here we go. Into turn number 4 from 3, pace car dives off into the pits. Edwards on the throttle through 4. Green flag flies, we're back to the race. And Edwards carrying about a 1/10 of a second lead as Benefield now is going to make a challenge for the race lead. He's going to get underneath them, trying to. Challoner back there in 3rd. Got around Krikorian at the restart. Got to be methodical here about how you're going to approach in these warmer temperatures and beat the guy ahead of you down to that lower groove spot on the turn. And as you can see, the 82 of Benefield taking a look to the inside of Edwards, coming off of turn 4. Is he going to make his move? Christian Challoner back there eagerly in third position. May make a move on the 82. Let's find out here in the next couple laps. Challoner swinging wide into turn number 3. He's going to look to the inside, hoping to pick up some momentum on Benefield. He's going to look to the inside and one. Here comes Christian Challoner forcing the 82 up the track. And now the 79 from 7th all the way into 2nd. We'll move right in turn number 4, and now Adam Benefield back in 3rd with David Krikorian back behind him. One of the hot cars on the move is this guy right here, the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. Currently running 5th, but he has been as deep as 8th, working his way back in to that 4th position slot. He's battling hard with the 89 of Jeremy Adams, who's up to the high side. And Adams actually surprisingly holding on to the outside groove and remaining competitive. Matt Rolfe, Tim Bell's going at it back behind him. Edwards through the front stretch. Here comes Challoner. Challoner just trying to work the 32, figuring out an opportunity of when he can get around him. Edwards has led 44 laps. Will we see a lead change? Right here, he's setting him up. Swings wide into 4. Underneath him in the front stretch. Here comes Christian Challoner. Looking to the inside. He's forcing the 32 up the track. Can Edwards get there? We've got a drag race through the backstretch, and Edwards will win the battle. That Glazer's 32 holding on to the momentum. Challoner really challenging Trevor Edwards for that race lead. Not able to get it, though. Two Chevrolets continue to fight on here into lap 48. Just around these two turns. Christian Challoner once again is going to take a look to the inside into turn 1. They're going to be side by side through the first couple of turns, battling for the race lead. Oh, Challoner. He had a little bit of a rub there. He's going to back off, give it back to Edwards there. Sign of a good, clean racer, folks. Does not want to take it by force. That is a testament of good sportsmanship amongst drivers. Caution flag comes out on lap 49. And a little bit of damage there on Royer. We're going to go back and take a look. Following Royer, I think, there it is. Kyle Souza involved in that one. Go back and get it for you here. Paul Fugit up to the high side as the 90 machine swings on by. That is Travis Warling. Kyle Souza back behind Fugit. The 87 there of Holzhausen just puts Souza up into the wall. Ouch. And the 14 down on pit road, have not seen him come back out. And again, recognizing tonight's sponsor, the Car Show for the USA 125 and here at USA International Speedway. Coming up next week will be an off week, actually, week 13 in iRacing. That is when a lot of updates happen, so Semi-Auto Racing Association taking the week off next week. Back in 2 weeks will be the JVM 125 at Five Flags. So we'll be moving out of Lakeland and going to Pensacola, Florida, coming up on the 15th of June. Then in 3 weeks, going to move up into Southern National Motorsports Park for the Dean Satellite and Security 150 on the 22nd of June. And the last race will be on the 29th. That'll be the Tundra Super Late Models Wisconsin 100, as they will take on the Milwaukee Mile, a track that everybody loves. So if you enjoy the racing so far, folks, make sure you mark it down on your calendar, put it on your tablet, smartphone, however you do it. Remind yourself to tune in Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Here's a look at your running top 5 as we're about to head back to 1 to go. Trevor Edwards, Christian Challoner, Adam Benefiel, David Krikorian, Jeremy Adams, your top 5. Race summary looks a little bit like this: 52 laps complete, 0 lead changes, and 4 total cautions here tonight. Lights come off the pace car into lap 54. The question's going to be, can Christian Challoner get around the 32 of Trevor Edwards, who has led this entire race up to now? Pace car takes him in through turn number 3. Will be off into the pits before the 4th turn. There it goes. Edwards now has the pace. Through turn 4, gets on the throttle, green flag flies. We're back to the race. Somebody spun out back there. Caution flag not coming out. And Challoner trying to find that momentum to get around Edwards. Here he goes to the inside. He's going to go down underneath. Can he get there? Not quite. He's going to work the momentum. He's now side by side through 4. The battle for the race lead. Oh, Edwards had it by a nose at the line. They're going to stay side by side, though, into 1 and 2, and Challoner now working down Edwards. In through 3 and 4, what a battle for the race lead. And Challoner's going to have it into lap 58. Our first lead change of the night. And the 79 of Christian Challoner, once again, has regained the lead on the field. He was last week's winner at Richmond and proving to be a dominant car. Got the pole award here tonight. 7-car invert. Has now worked his way back. It took 58 laps to do it. And he's now in front of the field for his 2nd lap. Joe Schaefer Jr. has now moved into the top 5. He's back and forth behind the 82 of Adam Benefiel. How about the side-by-side action back behind these guys? The 89 of Jeremy Adams. Matt Rolfe working the outside groove. Adams trying to get up there to the 04 of Christian Peterson. Adams to the inside of Rolfe. Rolfe and Adams go at it in the battle for 7th. Rolfe just ahead. Adams with a little bit of apron action is going to slow up there through turn 4. Seth DeMerchant's going to go by the outside. Bill Martin in the 69 car of Derek Robinson. Derek Robinson's late model tonight, kind of looking like Look, that's like a Honda sport bike, like a MotoGP paint scheme there on his car. Kind of something you would see out of like a CBR or something. Back up front, let's take a look at your race leader. Coming to 7 laps led as he crosses the start-finish line into lap 64. Challoner, how about that? A 6/10 going on a 7/10 to a 3/4 second lead over Trevor Edwards. Schaefer Jr. in 3rd position was able to get around the 82 of Adam Benefield. He's working his way up towards Edwards. We're into the back half of tonight's race, folks. Single file action to warmer temperatures, keeping these drivers in a single file line. We now see Matt Rolfe able to get back down into the lower groove. Back still in 7th in front of the 37 of Tim Bills. And again, a look at that paint scheme on Derek Robinson's car. Pretty slick. And a Honda MotoGP paint scheme, kind of like it there. And Jeremy Adams, enthralled by it back there behind him in 11th position. Another newcomer to the series here tonight. Take a look at this beautiful paint scheme, the National Guard car, run by the 54. Its driver, Dallas Pataska. Caution flag is going to come out. And Robinson, we were just looking at this and admiring the car, and it's going to have a little bit of dents and scratches on it. Let's go back and take a look. We'll go up to our center field cam for the replay here through the front stretch. Robinson back behind DeMerchant right in front of Adams. And this one self-inflicted in the backstretch. As he got loose, not able to hold on to it, and right there, it's going to hit the inside wall. Probably could have recovered if he only had 2 wheels, but unfortunately, it's going to limp this one back, possibly into the pits here. We'll see if he's going to keep it out on the track. Maybe got a little extra wedge there on that car. Take you down closer and get a little bit of look at it. He's going to come back down into the pit road there. And he's running. I got to laugh because the guy's running a Honda. Something that's the first of its kind, folks. A Honda late model. How about that? Give it up for Derek Robinson and his creative innovation to bring yet another import into this mode of racing. There's your race leader right there, Christian Challoner. Let's go on board here. Get a view from the front of your race leader. While we're following that, we're actually going to bring in Derek Robinson, as it now looks like he's maybe done for the night. We're going to see if we can get an interview with him. Derek Robinson, you there?
I'm there. We ain't done. We're going to fix this thing and get back out there.
They're going to fix it and get back out there. I got to ask you real quick. Apologize there. Got a little bit of cough. But what is up with this Honda here tonight? Like, you're running that MotoGP looking paint scheme on it. It looks really slick. What was the thought to put a Honda engine in that thing?
I don't know. It's not a Honda engine. It's got an LS swap in it. No, it's for Nicky Hayden tribute scheme. Huge Nicky Hayden fan, being from Kentucky and Owensboro, from where Nicky Hayden's from, being a couple hours down the road from me. Huge motorcycle fan. that. So this is for him. I'll be running it off and on throughout the season, if not the whole season. So just trying to make it tried and true as much as possible.
Definitely interesting to see. I thought you guys had Honda technology in there in an effort to bring more import into this racing league.
Yeah, no, I wish I could use traction control on that one. It's got a little loose out too, and just couldn't catch it. So that's the way it goes. But we'll get back out there. Got about another minute left or so, and go out there and make some laps.
All right, best of luck to you.
All right, thanks, bud.
Apologize. There you go, folks. A very determined 69 team. And it's that time of night. We're going to give you the restart from the leader as the lights are off the pace car. Here we go. Pace car is going to dive off into the pits. Challenger now has the pace out of 4. Gets on the throttle. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. And that was a look at what it's like to be on board with the race leader coming back to green. As Challenger comes through the front stretch, 75 now complete. Schaefer Jr. in second. Benefiel in third. The dominant car early on in this race led the first 56 laps of the race, the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Now has the 04 of Christian Peterson behind him as he's trying to hold on to that 4th position slot. Peterson back there in 5th, just outside the top 5. As a guy who's run 2nd early on in the night, the 66 of David Krikorian. And Challenger now comes through 3 and 4, heading towards lap 79. Benefiel looks like he's going to challenge Schaefer Jr. for that 2nd position slot in that Pontiac, battling against that Toyota. Krikorian looking to the inside of Peterson. And Krikorian, wow, has to make a maneuver. He's going to look to the inside of the 04 of Peterson. Tim Bill's back there behind him. Caution flag comes out. Bill Martin looks to be involved in this one, folks. Let's go back and take a look. Martin having a little bit of contact. Bill Martin came off the wall in the front stretch. I believe he went down right into the side. If I'm not mistaken, the 08 of Chris Suggs. Going to come back and take a look at this one, get you down a little bit closer to it. And Suggs and Martin having a little bit of door slamming brawls there. You can see a little bit of damage there on the right side or the outside of Suggs' machine. Right into the front stretch, you can see Martin get a little loose right off of the 4th turn. He got loose down into the 08. Forcing Suggs right there to the apron, but no harm, no foul. He was able to recover it. Bill Martin going to go down pit road here. See the damage done on that car. Been through a brawl here at USA. And while we take you down to our X9 cameras here tonight, we're going to recognize our sponsors yet again. Here's a look at your running top 5. Challoner up front, total of 28 laps led. Joe Schaefer Jr. in second, Adam Benefield third, Trevor Edwards, who led 56 of them here tonight, back and forth, right in front of the 0-4 of Christian Peterson. Your race summary: 84, now 85 complete. 1 lead change tonight, 6 total cautions. Kind of on par with where we were at last week at Richmond. Leader in all. So Challoner will have the pace. And the Mustang iRacing pace car dips off the track in turn 4. Here we go. Pace car into the pits. Challoner gets on the throttle through 4. Here he comes. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. And a good battle here between Peterson and Krikorian. Tim Bell's looking to the inside. Side-by-side carries through turn 4. Krikorian to the outside. Into the front stretch. Tim Bill staying to the outside groove, as well as Matt Rolfe. You got to wonder if they found something out there. Better look at it. Set the Merchant back there behind Matt Rolfe. And now Trevor Edwards going to challenge Adam Benefield. A little rub right there. Benefield's going to get loose. It's a little bit of a bump and run, if you will. Edwards now to the inside. He's going to look to move into third here with his nose out in front of the 82. A little back and forth through turns 3 and 4, coming through the front stretch. Benefield's going to hold on to that third position into turn 1. He gets back around the 32 of Edwards. And into the front stretch, Challoner into lap 92. Edwards right to the bumper of Benefield. Set the Merchant having a little battle here with Matt Rolfe as he looks to the inside. Trying to get around the 5. Oh, and Rolfe. That was an uh-oh moment there for the 5 of Rolfe, and Rolfe falls off the pace heavily. Jeremy Adams is actually able to get around him. Christian Challoner now about a half a second in front of Joe Schaefer Jr. Benefield still holding on to third, is going to have a little wiggle action. Edwards is going to get by him. Edwards now moves into third. Benefield going to give a little bump back to the 32. A little payback coming for Trevor Edwards. And Benefield looking to the inside of Edwards. Some parts through the turns you couldn't fit a straw in between these two cars. Challoner yet again checking out towards that 3/4 of a second lead mark. And Benefield right on the bumper of Edwards, continuing to look to the inside. Edwards holds on to it. Following Christian Peterson back behind Benefield, right in front of David Krikorian. Oh, and DeMerchant hits the wall hard. You can tell that car has seen a little bit of bumps and bruises here tonight. The P-Money Designs 35. How about the gappage between Challoner to Schaefer Jr., which is about 3/4 of a second, and then the big 2-second jump all the way back to Edwards, who was fighting off and warding off that 82 of Adam Benefield for that third position slot. 25 laps to go tonight as I slowly lose my voice. Adam Benefield really trying to get around the 32 of Edwards. And Tim Bills may have found some on the outside groove. He's sticking to the outside groove on the turns. To the high side, he's almost getting around Krikorian, who's looking to the inside of Peterson. And right around. What a move by Tim Bills to get underneath David Krikorian. Some of these drivers getting caught up in these slick spots of the track. I think that's what happened to David Krikorian, is he got a little slick, loosed up a little bit, got slowed up, and Tim Bills is able to take him on the inside. Trevor Edwards still in third position. Benefield back there in fourth. Peterson now fighting off the wall. He's got a late race push. Tim Bills to the inside. This is the battle here for fourth. Peterson once again off the wall. He's going to force himself down underneath Tim Bills. Protecting that inside, he's going to run the 37 to the wall through the backstretch. It'll be 20 laps to go at the line. What a battle here. These guys continuing to fight for that fourth position slot. Tim Bills has found something on the outside groove as he gets around Christian Peterson on the outside. How about that? An outside pass in the 84-degree track temperature. And a little bit of lap traffic in the way. Mark Royer to the high side. All drivers swing low. Royer swings wide. Benefield and Edwards still fighting for it. bump to the back of the 32. Benefield trying for a little bump and run on Edwards. Tim Bill's now in 5th position, trying to catch up to that 82 car just ahead that's in 4th. Here's a look up front here. 53 laps led for the 79 of Challoner. Now 54 as he crosses in with 15 to go. Caution flag's going to come out. And I think Ty Spearman may have been involved in this one. Let's go back and take a look. Spearman back there behind the 98 of Ian Lane. And he just gets loose in the backstretch, and ouch. Heavy hit. Paul Fugit as well is going to be caught up in that. And that will bring out caution flag number 7 on the night. Here's a look at your race summary. 112 complete, 7 cautions, 1 lead change, and tonight the first caution flag coming out on lap number 4, the second one on lap 11. The third one coming out on lap 31. Fourth one on 48. Fifth one on 67. And then we saw the sixth one out on 80. And then from 80 to 110, folks. So good about 30 laps under the green flag before the 7th caution flag flew. Here's a look at your running top 5. Christian Challoner, Joe Schaefer Jr., Trevor Edwards, Adam Benefield, and Tim Bills. So the next time by, it's going to be 10 to go here for the Car Show USA 125, week number 2 in the Button Box Shop Super Series. If you haven't had a chance, implore you folks to check out racesarah.com up there in the top right-hand corner. You can learn more about the different series that they run. Got 4 major different divisions that they run. They run the Sportsman Series, which is like the street stocks. They have a sprint car series, a dirt series that they run, as well as a regular late model. And then here on Thursday nights, they run the super lates. So a lot of great racing with the Semi-Auto Racing Association. Check them out. Lights come off the pace car with 10 to go here at USA. Christian Challoner just 10 laps away from back-to-back victories in the Button Box Shop Super Series. Pace cars into the pits. Here we go. Challoner gets on the throttle out of 4. Green flag flies. We're back to the race with 9. Challenger now with 8 to go. Schaefer Jr. in second. Benefield back there in third. Edwards falls back to fourth. Christian Peterson seeking out the 32.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution flag comes out. That's going to be caution flag number 8. And folks, I'm going to go ahead and get another interview for you from one of the drivers here tonight with 7 to go, now 6 remaining under yellow. We're going to pause for a second and get an interview here with Ty Spearman, driver of the number 92 car tonight. How you doing, Ty?
I've been better, thanks.
So you called yourself a weapon here tonight. Tell us a little bit about your race here at USA.
I believe I hit everyone at least twice. The only thing I didn't hit was the pace car, and if I wouldn't have exited, I probably would have gone out and hit it.
We've seen before you finally pulled the car off the track for the night, looks like you got a little bit loose coming out of the turn. Tell us a little bit about what possibly contributed to that.
Well, it was a dumb move on my part. I made 2 adjustments right before the race, thinking the track would get a little tight, and get a little bit loose, pardon me, and it didn't. It got tight, and I was tight, and I went the wrong way with it, and screwed up.
I have one question I have to ask you. What do you think of Derek Robinson's Honda machine he's got out there tonight?
That's no comment. I will comment. That's horrible.
I know you guys get along great, so figured Derek will have a good laugh with that one. But Ty, do you have any thanks or shout outs you want to give while we got you on the line?
I'll be honest with you. We worked on this setup all week long. I did it no justice by changing it at the end. Everybody, the posse, I apologize. I sucked tonight. Apologies to the folks who are watching the stream. I was in a lot of wrecks and caused quite a few of them. Apologies, but hey, we'll come back in 2 weeks and hope to do better.
All right, Ty, thank you very much for your interview, and we look forward to seeing you ahead in the Button Box Shop Super Series.
Will do.
There you have it, folks. Always a pleasure to be able to talk to Ty Spearman. Guy coined himself the weapon here tonight as he hit almost everything, almost even the pace car. So still continuing to pace it out. Going to have a few laps remaining when we go back to green. See if this thing ends under yellow here tonight or if it stays under green. 8 total cautions on the night. You're running top 5 as it stands. Christian Challenger, Joe Schaefer Jr., Adam Benefield, Trevor Edwards, and Christian Peterson. So it's going to be 2 to go when we get the green flag. So it'll be a green-white checkered here tonight. And I do apologize. I'm recovering a little bit from a minor flu. Looking for the final restart here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with the pace car. Into turn 4, dies off for the final time. Challenger out of 4, gets on the throttle. Green flag flies. We've got 2 to go. And everybody's fighting for it. Edwards goes up the track. And there's a big hit. Caution flag's going to come out the backstretch. This one's over. Just as the white flag comes out, caution flag comes out. And Challoner, Benefiel, and Peterson are you going to be your top three tonight. And a bruised up Tim Bills back there behind Trevor Edwards. It's going to round out your top five. Here he comes to the checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, the number 79 of Christian Challoner, getting back-to-back wins. We take you up, and you can see the fireworks in the air over the stadium. Through the backstretch, right there off of turn 3. And there is your winner right there, folks. Two races this season, 2 wins, 1 car, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the 79 of Christian Challoner. And into victory lane he goes. The 79 of Christian Challoner. Final summary as it stands. Out of the 125 complete here tonight. 1 lead change was all it took. 10 total cautions. And here's a look at your top 10 as we're going to get you driver interviews now. Joining me now, finishing third here tonight on a wacky and wild restart with 2 to go. Christian Peterson able to make it into the top 3, fighting against Trevor Edwards and Adam Benefiel, as well as Tim Bills. And Christian, tell us a little bit about your race here tonight at USA.
The race was fun. I mean, it was a good race, I thought. I felt like we had a top 6 car. I felt like Kevorkian or whatever, the 66 behind me, I thought he was a little bit faster, but I could hold him off. Tim got around me there at the end and kind of lucked into a P3, but we'll take it.
Now, we get to see you race from time to time in different divisions. Covered you a lot in modified action as well as late model and super late model. Which one are you liking the most? I mean, I know we see you here tonight in the super late model, but do you have a favorite?
I mean, the super is definitely more popular, so they get the bigger fields, but modified is definitely still my favorite to drive. But there's not a whole bunch of leagues that run it right now, so the super will have to do. It's a lot of fun.
Do you have any thanks or shout outs you want to give for your third place finish here at USA?
Just everybody over at Vincia Racing puts the work in on the setups. Jeremy Cooker, a couple other guys, Kamikaze Webworks for the paint scheme, you, Dustin, for the broadcast, and Sarah for putting the show on.
Well, congratulations, Christian. We'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks when we go racing up there at Five Flags Speedway.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, joining us now was a first timer. I had a chance to got another new guy to the series and never get briefed on last names, so I always take my best shot at it, and I'm usually about a 50-50. And Adam, tell us your last name.
Benefiel.
And there we go. There's my 50. I got my good 50 here tonight, so I did call it right. That makes me feel happy at the end of the night, as long as I can do you guys diligence and make sure I pronounce your name. But a heck of a battle you put on here tonight, fighting these leaders. You fought a lot with Trevor Edwards. You guys exchanged a lot of blows, side door slams, little bump and run, and he got you loose there a little bit, got around you. Tonight you end up in the runner-up slot. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we had a fast roll speed dynamics, one up GTO super late model. The man, it was fun. I was able to get the twins to bed in time to come in here and hang out. And this is my first race doing the asphalt super late model. We ran the dirt a couple weeks ago, but I mean it was a blast. I really like the way Matt and his crew has really put this league together. It's very well, you know, there's a lot of great minds behind it, and you can tell that it's very well ran. And the guys that's running this, they're racing this league. They're a lot of respect. I ain't ever been in a league that had this much respect. And I mean, even though me and Trevor were, racing and rubbing and all that. I mean, hell, that's just part of racing. But it was fun. We had a really great setup. Crew chief Jason K. Miller, best on the service. He put together a hot rod, man. I felt like that thing would roll the bottom just about better than anybody else out there. But it was good. I was praying that we'd have a really long run. I felt like that's when the car really came to life, and was trying to save on tires a little bit. But we'll take a second first ride out and finish second to a teammate. So that's pretty cool.
Definitely an excellent night of racing, and great to see that Pontiac throwback car out there as well. Do you have any thanks or shout outs you want to give for your runner-up finish tonight at USA?
Yeah, thanks to Matt and all the crew for letting me come race out here. This is a top-notch league. It's awesome to have the privilege to be a part of it. Roll Speed Dynamics, One Up Motorsports, one of the best daggum teams you could be a part of on iRacing, and the great minds that go into these setups with Christian Chowner and Jason Miller and Samuel Roush. It's awesome that we can put together some hot rods to come out here and compete like we have. So appreciate to them, and I appreciate for you coming out here and broadcasting the race and letting me come chat your head off for a little while.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on a runner-up finish on a well-fought battle here tonight at USA. Looking forward to seeing you in action 2 weeks from now when we get back to it at Five Flag Speedway.
Looking forward to it.
There you have it, folks. Adam Benefield coming in second here tonight. And this guy joining me now, making a big statement already. The first two races, picking up back-to-back victories. Last week at Richmond had almost a 2-second lead. Couldn't quite get that here tonight at USA with the warmer temperatures. But, Christian, you pick up back-to-back victories. You got the pole here tonight, ended up with a 7-car invert, started 7th, had to work your way back out of it. Out of 44 cars, you're the fast car on the night. And you not only do that, but you also pick up the victory as well in this USA 125. You got to be feeling on top of the world right now. You got a lot of guys going to be gunning for you, but you definitely have momentum on your side in this second week.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty tough tonight. I think this was actually tougher than Richmond was because I really wanted the bonus for the pole, and I got that. I was kind of expecting the invert to put me back, and it did, but it was really at the end. I had to try so hard to get around Trevor about middle of the race, and I think I took a bit more than I really wanted to out of the tires doing that, and I think I could have been in trouble at the end if it had gone green on that last long run, because I know Adam was fast, and I saw that Joe was catching me. I know he's really good around here. So I was a little bit worried. I mean, the caution helped me out, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, we had a really good car again. Thanks to Jason Miller for that, and Samuel Rash for working on that. We seem to have got the qualifying setups really good too, so that's cool. And I'm kind of hoping we can get there on the shorter tracks too, because that's what really worries me, that I can do these kind of tracks, but when we go down to the bull rings and stuff, I'm definitely not as good on those.
Well, one of the things I have to ask, coming in from week 1 to week 2, a lot of guys will come in with strategies. They want to run the long run setups. You hear a lot of guys talk, man, if we'd have stayed green and we ran long, definitely would have worked out a lot better. Car would have come to life. We would have been a lot faster. A lot of guys say, well, we prepare for the chance of a lot of cautions and go with more of a short run setup. What's kind of been the idea behind it? Because I know we've seen a lot more cautions than normally that you would see in a Sarah race, and longer run, your car definitely outperforms both mentalities. So what's the thought there? What's the dynamic that keeps this car in front of that field?
Well, I mean, normally for basically everything we run in, we'll always go for the longer run, and especially with it being a no tire series, where that is really what we focus on. But we always leave a little bit where you can just lean on it just a bit more if you need to, and it's kind of in both races we've done so far. The sort of as I was kind of getting in the middle, I was starting to think, well, I kind of need to probably go, and I think mainly once you get to the front, it's definitely easier when you can control the restarts like that. It's really tough, especially in second, because you're always vulnerable. It seems really tough to sort of match the start with the leader in these cars, because there's not much of a cue to tell you they're going. So you're always vulnerable to the third place guy. But kind of just every time we get around about the halfway point, I'm just trying to put the car into the position, because if you can get to the lead, then it gives you such an advantage, especially when there's cautions coming out. And kind of always want to rather be chased down than having to chase someone down, especially on a short track like this where the passing's so hard. I mean, you saw how tricky it was to pass Trevor, so that's kind of really the feeling behind it, is that for sort of the beginning you can kind of move up slow, but you got to build the aggression as you get towards the end of the race.
Definitely. And we're seeing a lot out of the 79 car. It's what puts you in victory lane 2 weeks out of the first two races of the year. One final question for you, though. New face always sparks new interest, and a lot of the questions I got in the off week here is, where is this guy from? They say UK England is, or UK Ireland is where your club is out of, and of course we talked about that accent last week. But everybody's kind of wanting to know, like, this guy's coming in here kicking some American butt. Where are you from there, bud?
Yeah, it's the club is right. I am from like old England, so it's pretty late over here right now. It's 4:27 on my clock says right now, so it's pretty late. But yeah, I just kind of about 2 years ago probably started racing on mainly the Cup car, and I just really got into the oval side of things. I used to be a road racer. Now I definitely do more oval racing than I do road. So it's just really fun. I like how the strategy plays out, and how blind variants, and how the whole racing of it is just it's a different deal compared to road, and it's just really fun. I really like it.
Well, second week at row, you find yourself in victory lane. Any thanks or shout outs you want to give for your victory tonight here at USA?
Well, I heard Adam's interview, and he kind of went over everybody that I was going to shout out. But yeah, I'll just give a quick one. Jason Miller, Samuel Roush for working on the setup. Adam, again, for running laps for me last night. And Tyler Hudson for running the whole team and everything. And you guys for doing the broadcast. I watched it last week back after the race. It's really great broadcast. I'll probably watch this one back as well. And all the guys behind the scenes that do all the organizing for the league, I think it's definitely one of the best leagues I think I've ever ran in. The respect amongst the competitors is it's really high. I think it's it has a great reputation, and I think it really deserves it.
Well, congratulations, Christian, on the back-to-back victories here in the Button Box Shop Super Series. First two races of the season. Definitely going to look forward to you in 2 weeks, continuing to carry that momentum up there to 5 Flags. Well, there you have it, folks. Christian Challoner coming in. Back-to-back victories out of Richmond into USA, and now we'll be staring down an off week, and in 2 weeks he'll have to take on 5 Flags, the half-mile track up in Pensacola. Let's give you a quick rundown here of the results. We told you Challoner won. Benefield, teammate, comes in second. Peterson, Edwards, Bills through the top 5. Schaefer Jr., DeMerchant, Adams, Miller, and Rolfe through the top 10. And as we take a look back through the results, Dallas Pataska comes in 11th in that National Guard car. Max Hanley, Ben Niles, Sean Disbrow, Travis Warling, Derek Holshausen, Chris Suggs, Mark Royer, Paul Fugit, David Krikorian through 20. Samuel Roush, Derek Robinson, Ian Lane, Ty Spearman, Bill Martin, Darrell Hamlin, Brandon Johnson, Kyle Souza, Tyler Price, Matt Cucker through 30. And Russell Berry rounds out your 31-car field here at USA this Thursday night. Again, let's take a quick look. We'll bring up the sponsors here and talk a little bit about them. The Button Box Shop sponsoring the Super Series. Check them out on Facebook. Charlie Kuzma out there doing an excellent job putting together custom button boxes at wonderful prices. So implore you to check them out. If you're doing anything in the simulation world, he can definitely customize a button box to make life a little bit easier. HeightsPride.com, quality sheepskin and leather products. We got Dean Satellite and Security, Car Show, Area 52 Designs, Callaway Investments, Lions International celebrating 100 years this year, Tundra Super Late Models, and JVM Racing, your sponsors this Thursday night. And again, the Button Box Shop Super Series will be taking a week off because iRacing will be moving into Week 13 coming up next Thursday night. So 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back in action at Five Flags Speedway, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you put that on your calendars, folks. Still looking to do a little bit of dirt broadcasting, so make sure you hit subscribe, like, or wherever, whether you get us out there on Twitch, YouTube, or even Facebook Live. Whatever your medium is, make sure you subscribe to that medium so you'll stay in the know as to when we go live. But that will do it for us here this Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Have a good night.